In this video, we follow the complete breeding process of Corydoras, from larvae to juvenile fry. To breed and raise this small catfish is one of the most rewarding experiences in the aquarium hobby. It offers quiet, intimate moments of observation, glimpse into a natural process that few people ever get to witness. And despite its beauty and complexity, breeding this fish it is surprisingly simple. I always add snails to my breeding tank. They clean our tanks, and their feces promote the microlife in the aquarium, and that is fish food. Just like this little worm here. This is a detritus worm. Here you can observe in my main aquarium the mating behavior of the Corydora. The female moves through the water, closely pursued by several males, just like you probably seen in your own tank. And this is triggered by conditions that mimic rainfall, such as colder water. If you do a 50% water change, a lot of food, and they will happily spawn. She then selects a surface, often a leaf, many times the glass, and carefully place their eggs. And just like you see here, in the pelvic fins, she will delay her eggs there perfectly. It is a beautiful moment. Through the years, I really noticed that they really like to, when they have moss against the glass, they will choose that place. But in this case, it was a little leaf, and I was later come to conform. Corridor eggs are surprisingly robust and adhesive, allowing them to be firmly attached to surface. And in this case, I was lucky enough to capture the rare moment a larvae moving inside the egg just minutes before, I think 20 minutes before it hatched. Now about my technique. Like many people, I use just a small container, but I make 3 holes. I add filter media, enough to allow water to pass through, of course, and preventing baby guppies from getting in and out. This creates a protected space for the egg in the larvae in the first days, and they are connected to the aquarium. So if you want to make a water change, just clip the little container up, and the water will level always with level of the aquarium, and then you put it down and the water will get in. So a water change is just 2 movements. This greatly reduces maintenance and ensure consistent water conditions through the entire process. For this, I will recommend a strong clip. A strong clip because we have to place the recipient higher or lower so it can equalize with the rest of the aquarium on a safe way. Now we're going to add Madeline blue. In my experience, it might slightly harden the eggshells, and I have some reservations about Madeline blue, I have to say. Creates a situation, I call it the blue helmet. It is a fry that cannot get the egg out of the head. It is very hard to manipulate fries like this. I could do it with a pipette, but it is quite complicated. I see a fair share of fungi, just like this one, on a corridor egg. So it is a preventive measure. Many times you have to worry up because corridors really like to eat their own eggs. So you have to worry up as soon as you see the eggs. It is time to take them out. After 5 minutes, they could be already eaten. Now let's take the eggs. Many people use little tools, and I just use my hands, just like a little monkey. Put my hands there. They are more sensitive, of course. They will not smash the eggs. I very rarely smash an egg. They are very sticky. They are very strong, as you can see. And now I'm going to stick them inside the plastic. I prefer to stick them on a wall or on the medium, that white media that I use to clog the holes, because if the egg is strongly in place, I think the fry can easily hatch. We come to our previous uh, leaf that where we have 4 fertilized eggs. All these eggs become fish. There are now adult fish in my main tank. I'm going to place them on Madeline Blue in 4 days, maximum 5 days. You will have our Corydoras hatching for sure. Every day we're going to be watching for signs of fungus. We have to immediately take out these kind of situations. I found more eggs. It is quite complicated when you have a very complex aquarium like mine, full of many leaves. Uh, many of the eggs are laid on leaves that I cannot see, places that I cannot imagine. So have a complex aquarium like this for only breeding cories is not perfect. And now I improvise with the little cars and the little tape, just to prevent lights to reach to the eggs in such a hard way, and to give some shadow. For breeding cories, you're going to need a little tank, a breeding tank, and after 3 to 5 days, we get our little Corydoras hatching. And as I told you before, the blue helmet little fry, this one, he cannot get the egg of the head. The egg has a hardening shell, so this is a main concern for me about Madeline Blue. So it is now time to let our little fries free. A bare bottom tank setup offers several advantages. With no substrate, it is much easier to keep the tank clean and monitor both the eggs and the fry, in this case the fry. Whatever, right now, what I do, I add moss and I add micro life. It is very important. I add a little bit of wood. I did evolve this tank a little bit. You can see there the blue helmet fry cannot get outside the eggshell. I luckily have a pipette that is exactly the right size, so very gently I could grab the little egg and she could get out. This corridor here is about 20 minutes old. It just born. It is standing still. It is a defense mechanism, and we have the rare luck to can see clearly the little yolk sac where she's going uh, to feed and get stronger until she can swim. You can see as well other fish in the tank. The other fish never show any predatory or not even trying to shoot, nothing. The worst that it happen is a little touch and the little larvae will run away. So this is not an optimal situation, but I live in a small house, so I only have one breeding tank. So I did try this and I did not see any hunting, uh, any way that this little fry did get harmed, and I was um, watching quite closely. At this stage, the little larvae will not eat for the first. It is about 3 days, but to be sure, we round it up to 2 days more or less before eventually we start feeding artemia. Normally, is 3 days. The yolk sac will sustain the fry. The fry. This is not a fry. This is a larvae. It only becomes a fry. Oh, you just see here. This is the worst case scenario that I see a bad interaction with a bigger fry. So no chews, nothing. And you will see the little fry will flip over because of the very slight currents that this aquarium have. So current is not a good thing. Just keep the little larvae on the recipients for the first 3 days until they eventually start to ingest artemia for the first time, and you can place them in the aquarium. At this stage, the fry is very small. Her mouth is not developed yet. Even if she could wanna eat, it is not possible because the size of the mouth is so small, and she is growing quite fast in these first 3 days with the yolk sac. There are mostly fats that nature provided her to start her life. Uh, this fry lived, and she is now on inside my tank. This here, I captured the most harmful thing that happened, and was just that there is no predatory instinct in these animals. So after 3 days, they will start swimming, freely swimming, and searching for food. And then it is when we have to start feeding them. Adding moss and some algae, some driftwoods, some leaves are very important because these little fry they really like to stay hidden, and it is a provenience of little micro life that this feed eat in the wild. You can imagine in the wild there is no an edge artemia for them to eat, so they will feed on micro larvae that they encounter and all kinds of little detritus and stuff. And as the Corydoras begin to grow, their behavior becomes more active and defined. Uh, these stages of growth offer opportunities, very rare opportunities in a hobby, to observe nature by very close. I normally come home, I sit in front of my aquarium for a little bit, and this is one of the best parts in the day. So feeding plays a key role. You have to feed artemia at least twice a day. Live foods like artemia are extremely effective in promoting fast and healthy growth, but fine pounders are and quality dry foods and micro pellets. As soon as they can start to eat that, the better. I feed them for the first day. When I feed the first artemia, I just put a little bit of dust. But artemia, we have to be careful in the first week, because an eggs can create situations like this one that you are seeing here. This is not a normal situation. This little fry eats an eggs. Some of them do this. I'm not really sure why, but it is a problem. Do your best to remove all unhatched eggs from the artemia. So little caves like this, little piece of driftwood, they are very important. So it is expectable to get all the fries to the adult stage, but sometimes the fries have some deficiency. They're born with some weird thing that there is nothing we can do. Uh, so they really like artemia, but basically it's only protein and some good fats that the artemia have because of the yolk sac, but the nutritional value of good pounder and good micro pellets, it's much higher, and as soon as they start to eat, that's the better. So I breed different species. This is probably Palateatus Cory. The These orange ones, this one is a sterbai. So now talking about the two major dangers in the aquarium, in the breeding tank. So it is when you see this foam, there is something is wrong. You have to make a water change right away, and don't get yourself trusting in measurements or nothing like that. No, there is no. It's not supposed to have foam in the freshwater tank. Only if you have a lot of dissolved organics. and that will lead to ammonia. And the ammonia spike, it is very dangerous. I take some measures to fight against that. So I have implemented and I built myself a little canister filter that I use in my breeding tank. I have to improvise not to disturb the fish with the water flow. I bought some acrylic pipes, some fittings from air compressors works, and I created this canister filter. Now the biological filtration power of this aquarium is much higher, and it is much more efficient right now. So then you have a bunch of little fishes ready to go, eating for the last time in the breeding tank, and they will get scared and they will get to the main tank. It is very easy to breed these beautiful animals. They are lovely. Corydoras is the one that breeds more in my tank, but I made some changes recently. So, because I can only have one breeding tank, I live in a small house. I make these breeding tanks bigger. I monitor ammonia with the CSHAM ammonia alert, and with my filter, I can turn it off with a switch. I strongly advise you have the ability to easily turn down all the flow of water, so these corridors they eat from the bottom, so you cannot have circulation for like 10 minutes to 20 minutes. It is okay for the filters, not more, not 1 hour. That's damaging for the filters. And I right now introduce the fish to a much more grown aquarium, much more full of microlife, microworms, and little food for the fish. When they start to eat, the first things they eat probably is not an artemia. So soon I'll make a video explaining how to make one of these slow flow canister filters. Mine is a little bit improvised and has a bit leaky sometimes. I will improve it. Just checking it now, testing everything to make a better version. I'll make a video about that. It is quite cool. If you like to build things, of course. So Micron from Sarah is a great food. A little bit dirty for the water. This pro bell, whatever that means, it is quite a good food, and I think it is JBL is a decent brand when it touches to these little things. And yes, as soon as your Corydoras start to eat micro pellets like these Ikari high quality ones, or I hope you make your own fish food like me. But right now I'm using Ikari, talking about it. As soon as they can eat this, there's much more minerals and vitamins and all that things, good things that they need to grow. It's almost guaranteed that they are fully healthy. Look how healthy these little fish. I hope this video has been give you some ideas to improve your own technique, and keep enjoying the nature, and subscribe to my channel. I hope I'm making more videos.